What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to start building this side of the stands in the second bowl and probably the third ring. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and build one side of it all the way up to the top to get a good idea what it's going to look like, to make sure I don't want to make any changes before I start building this side and this side. So once again, this is going to be like a lot of the videos from here forward, me laying a lot of block. So we're going to jump right in and get to it.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Alright guys, so I've kind of templated the stadium here and what it's going to look like. One thing I'm checking that I just want to tell you what I'm doing, I'm checking to make sure that there's no obstructions in my view. Like let's say if I would have accidentally built one maybe this high and my next row was, I don't know, maybe I was building them like this. You can end up building them in ways that you have to constantly watch out for. That if you're on the row, I'm sorry, I keep dropping off the back of this thing. If you're on the row, sometimes the row in front of you will be, it will obstruct your view a little bit. And this particularly happens when sometimes you have to build like this. And then like maybe there's a bigger walkway. So let's say there was like a walkway that was like that big. And then you start back up. You have to watch it because if I was trying to see this torch from here, see, I can barely see it. Can't see the full torch. And it's just going to continue like that, and we're just going to continue to see that torch. And it gets bad enough to where if you get far enough back, there's a far enough pitch difference between the two. You can't see the torch at all. So it will obstruct your view of the field. That generally happens when you have large walkways. You get around that by building walls. I'll probably show you how to do this before that series is over, but you can see them in all my series. And sometimes I think it particularly happens more when you've got two different pitch levels. Here we've just got one different pitch level. We're just using half slab all the way up. So, one thing I want to check is what the back wall is made out of. A lot of the times the back walls to these stadiums are a little bit different, made out of different material. So, Boone Pickens, that's where we want to go. And then, okay, so yeah, what we're doing is we're building into this wall. So that's going to be probably 2 or 3 high sandstone. And then we're going to build that orange section a little bit later. Looks like it's like that on both sides, building into this nice wall right here. Alright. So that's what I needed to see, so I just built a 2 high sandstone wall behind it. Even like 1.5 better, I think that looks better. Forgot that this was on like a half block here. Then we're gonna have those orange seats above this wall. Make sure it looks good from down here. That the wall is visible. It is. Great. All right, I think that's what we want. Also, one thing I want to start looking at is how the stairs, and I'm doing this obviously early. I'm going to probably devote a whole episode to doing stairs and tunnels. But I just want to cut 1 or 2 stairs and tunnels in just to make sure they look good with the stands that I've chosen, so that no problem arises down the road. So we'll zoom in here on Google Maps and look at where some of the stair lines are cut. I'll probably build the stairs out of sandstone. They don't particularly look like they could be made of anything else. So yeah, I'll build the stairs out of sandstone. There's clearly one going right up the 50 here into a tunnel. So that's where we'll start, in the lower bowl, right up the 50 into the tunnel. I'll just use sandstone. So up 0, I'll cut this into the first tunnel. I never build the stair. I see a lot of people that build stairs 2 and 3 wide. I always build them 1 wide because I've never been down a 6-foot wide staircase. And I've been in a lot of stadiums, and I can assuredly say that none of them are 6-foot wide. The tunnels vary. Sometimes I'll zoom in here. I don't like to build them too wide because I like them to have a center point. These are really close to being 3 wide. I think I'm just going to make them 1 wide with walls, because the wall takes up a block. And the stairs go around them, and that would be 2 wide. They'd end up being 7 blocks wide if I didn't make them more than 1 wide. So just make them 1 back. If we don't like it, we can change it. With the walls right here. Need at least probably 3 high so people can walk through. I assume that this is straight back. I haven't seen anything to tell me that it wouldn't be. Like so. Might end up needing to be 3 wide. We'll see. Need them at least 3 high. Let's see exactly how high they are just to make sure they go about maybe 5 or 6 blocks back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the 5th block back. That would be the 6th block. See, let's do 5. We can do it like that. Put a little guy like that. And it looks like the stairs go on each side of it. These stairs have to match up with these stands. Perfect there. Now that's perfect. That goes all the way to the next level. Right off the center there. Down here. There and there. And what I like to do is take the sandstone back until the stair ends right there. That's where my real tunnel starts. And that's plenty wide enough to get through. And I like to branch it out like this. It has like a little scepter thing. And when I'm inside the stadium, I always go to where I can get, at a minimum, 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to go 1, 2 more. I need 5 high twice. You'll know why later. But it's so I can build the way I build it, concession stands or whatever you want to call them. I need 5 blocks high. So I'm going to go to right there. Perfect. And that's my tunnel. It's got a little light up there. Looks pretty good. Good as I'm going to get it at least. And my next tunnel would be right there, and we'll essentially build the same thing. Okay, so back to this. It looks like I've got another set of stairs off of about the 37-yard lines. And then another set of stairs off the 25, so 50, 25. Yeah, the 37. That would put it even on both sides. Okay. We'll go up here. This is kind of weirdly built. If you look at the map here, it kind of just goes straight up. Oh no, it's this one we're building. I'm sorry. It kind of just goes straight up, and it has this weird tunnel right. The tunnel system is really weird. Most of the time they're pretty symmetrical. I'm wrong about that tunnel being there. The stairs just go all the way up. So I can fix that really quick. Most of the time the tunnels are straight over top of each other, where one tunnel is low, the next tunnel will be high in the same place, but not at this stadium, which is fine. It's no more or less convenient either way. I'm only going to do these 3 sets of stairs up just so we can get an idea what it looks like. There's one right there for sure, and then it does not have a tunnel pretty much at all on it. It has one on the inside up top. Alright. Like that. And then there's a little tunnel right here. I made that one 5 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Design doesn't matter as much as that you just do it the same every time. And then, so this is on 13, so that one needs to be on negative 13. Okay, so that's how it looks. And as I predicted, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to build those wings up to the top. I'm probably going to start building those up to the top. I'm going to worry about this, of course, later. I'm going to build from there to there up to the top. See how it looks.
When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
Alright guys, so we got this side done, but as you can see it's kind of squared off, and that doesn't quite look like this. Turn that, make it 3D. You can see it's not straight back from the field. Straight would be, let's say, well, yeah, straight would be maybe right there. You can see it kind of fans out a little bit. So how I like to do this is, since this is not an actual turn, it's not turning up here or anything. We're not going into anything. How I like to do this is just imagine like there's a couple different angles you can build in Minecraft. There's a so let's say the field's like this. There's a 45-degree angle you can build. And I'm not sure what the actual angle measurements are, but you can also, which I'll call 1 by 1. You can also go 2 by 1. And you can also go 3 by 1. I assume theoretically you could also go 4 by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can go, pretty much infinite amounts of angles closer than that, closer than 45. So when I look at the stadium, I've got to kind of use my creative capacity to determine at what angle the that this is going back. And I would estimate you can estimate it or you can measure it. You can determine what would be straight, which let's go to 2D. You can determine what would be straight, which would be about right there, I think. Determine how many blocks it shifts out, which is about 10. 10 over, I believe there's 60 rows. That might even be that's probably 1 by 5 or 1 by 6. I think I am probably the most comfortable with going 1 by 5. And then if that doesn't turn out good, we can go 1 by 4. I actually think it's going to be a little bit more than that. So let's go 1 by 5. So how we do that is we just count them off. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one would extend out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So also it's good to go ahead and look at the side here. If we can get any kind of image, yeah, what's going on here? Doesn't look like it looks like it's an iron frame. It's not a solid wall there. Sometimes there'll be solid walls that are near, like this little part right here. So, keep going up by 5. And then we've got to remember the pattern here too. So 1, 2, let's see. This one would go there, this one would go there, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then go here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one would go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna keep it at 3s for now. We might go to 2s at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one would go that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th. We'll see how much I like that. I might like to go 4 more. We'll see. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep doing this on up to the top, and we'll look at it after I'm done.
When you want to get off the darkest ground.
So that's how it looks. And you can see it's got more curvature to it. Looks a little jagged. Could probably help it out with some half slab. This is a problem that we'll worry about a little bit later on. That the way that looks jagged. We could probably use the half slab to take out some of the more intrusive pieces like that one, that one, that one, that one, and so on. Some pieces are slightly more intrusive than the others. Or not needed. Needed for sure. It'll help the jagged look of it. You can see that that already looks a little bit better. As for how it looks there, it looks a little bit better once it's wider. Like that. Now it looks a little bit better. Perfect. So that's the idea. We'll do it to this side as well, but that's the only sides that don't need it. Sometimes you have stands on that side that also need it. And I believe I talked about that a little bit in my previous tutorial series video. So that's the look we're getting. We'll finish up this top side over here and call that a video. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video. Between now and next time, I'm going to do all of this over here. That'll be done before I start the next episode. I don't see much point in doing that twice. It's a carbon copy. And then next time we'll work on putting this piece in. And then the next episode will be the corners, with this corner and this corner. And then we should have the stands almost completed. We'll have to build these little orange boxes, and then we can start on the press boxes and stuff. But as for now, that will be all. I hope you enjoyed a lot more fast forwarding, and I hope that you will tune in next time.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.